There once was a crocheter from Nantucket. Oh, family friendly. Today we're gonna be making bucket hats. So we're gonna bucket. Let's begin right next. Hi, I'm Mikey from the Crochet Crowd, and thank you so much for joining our channel today. I'm here to inspire you and create magic with your crochet hook. Are you ready to play?
Oh yeah, sounds good.
Welcome, and let's do a bucket hat together. The title of this video is the size that we're going to be working with today. This particular pattern has several sizes, including all the way from 0 to 6 months to an adult size. You'll find a link in the more information of this video in order to find the free patterns for that. And this is designed by Sarah from Repeat Crafter Me. You can see that she has extensions that you can add to it, whether it's eyes or crab claws or maybe even a whale. That's something that you can decide for yourself, but today I'm only focusing on the basics of these hats. So I'm going to recommend a couple things. She has Super Saver as Red Heart Super Saver as her suggestion. If you are knowing anything about heat, cotton is your best way to go. So Lily Sugar and Cream is the better way to go. It's 100% cotton. Cotton keeps you warm, but it also keeps you cool. So this is what you would be looking at. So if you're finding acrylic in the Super Saver too hot to wear, switch over to your Lily Sugar and Cream. You can do Bernat Handicrafter or maybe even Peaches and Cream. We're going to be using a 5mm size H crochet hook today, and let's begin the size that's promised in the video title. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to make the child size now. We're going to do a magic ring or an adjustable circle. It's the same thing. So put the yarn in front of your hand like this and use 2 fingers. And remember that we have standard videos on techniques like this. And so you're just going to rotate it around your hand like that and have it crisscross. So let me show you again. Put it in the front around 2 fingers and cross over and use a 3rd finger to hold. Scoop underneath the first one and scoop this one and slide your fingers out and chain 1 to lock it. And that is your adjustable circle or your magic ring. In this ring you need to go over the 2 strands so that you can pull it shut. So all you're just gonna do is put 11 double crochets into that ring, and we'll count together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Once you have 11, I want you to count and make sure you have 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pull shut but not all the way, and I want you to use this and do a slip stitch to the beginning. If you're not sure which one it is, count back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's the 11th. Even as an experienced crocheter, I will still always do that. I don't trust myself enough. So you do a slip stitch to close it, and then what you're going to do is turn it over to the back side, and you're going to grab that yarn strand and you're going to pull tight. Now you're not done. You need to secure that into position, and you need a tapestry needle to do that. So once it's onto the needle, keeping on the back side of the circle, you're just going to go through some strands. If you turn it over, you should never see this go through, and you're dragging it through there. The more fibers that you can split apart to do that, the more secure that it will be, and you will drag it through a 2nd time in the opposite direction, and then finally a 3rd time, always choosing a slightly different path so it gets stuck. And once you're satisfied, you can then trim, and that was going to complete then round number 1. Put this back onto your hook, and there is round number 1. In the instructions, Sarah has us chaining 2 at the end of the instructions. I prefer to chain and do the builders at the beginning of instructions. So it's the same information, I'm just telling you at a different spot. So what I need you to do is that you're going to chain 2. This is not counting as a stitch, it's just a builder. In the same stitch that you're coming out of, you need to place in 2 double crochet. And now working around, you only have 11 stitches anyway. And so the next one is going to be 2 double crochets into that. So there's going to be 2 double crochets into each stitch. I'll meet you at the end of the round and I'm going to show you a cheating technique to avoid the markings of the slip stitch line. When you come around, you're going to have the last one and we'll have 2 double crochets in. But new crocheters, they assume that this also is a stitch, so then this is where they add an extra stitch. There's only 1 stitch left. I'm going to show you a cheating technique and I'll show you why. We're going to put 2 double crochets into the last one and then slip stitch it to the top of the first double crochet and see what happens. Whenever you do that, you always end up with the gap. Do you see it? It's right there. So to avoid that, I'm going to show you my little technique that I use, especially if I'm wearing a hat for myself. So I still want the 2 double crochets in the end, but what I'm going to do is put the first one in, and the second one I'm going to do a 2 together double crochet using this stitch and this space to build in and fill in the spots. So how I do that is I yarn over and I go into the stitch I'm supposed to go in, yarn over, pull through 2, and normally I would just pull through 2 and finish it, but in this case I want to use this space right here that I'm pointing with my thumb, this thumb, and I want to yarn over going into the space, pull through 2 and hold. You should see 3 loops, and when you yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, 2 stitches just became 1, but 1 is just in the space, so you haven't interfered with the counts at all. And now you're going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet and you can see there's no gapping space. So you can do that whenever you have a round. So let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3, chain up 2 and you want to put 2 double crochet into the first stitch and then 1 into the next one. Okay, so here's the sequence. The next one gets 2 double crochet into the same stitch. They are sharing the same stitch, and then the next one is 1 by itself. So I need you to do that same sequence going all the way around. So 2 and 1, 2 and 1, and I'll see you at the end of round number 3 in a moment. I'm coming up to the end of number 3 and keeping in the sequence. The last one is 1 stitch by itself, but I'm going to use my little cheating technique where I'm going to start it and then I'm going to connect to this one. So we'll do a 2 together using that space, and so it's still only going to be 1 stitch in the end, but I did a 2 together to fill in that space. So when I join it, it's all together. So I'm gonna ask you for you to do that on your own. I'm not gonna keep talking about that. I'll just do it and we're gonna move on to number 4 next. Let's do number 4. Chain up 2 and you'll put 2 double crochet in the same stitch as the slip stitch when you did the join. Then the next 2 are by itself. So 1 by itself and 2 by itself. So here's the sequence. If you haven't picked it up yet, it's 2 that share the same stitch and then the next 2 are by themselves. So 1 by itself, 2 by itself, and please do that sequence all the way around for round number 4. So I'm keeping the sequence and the last 2 are by itself, but the very last one that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure it shares and does that little trick that I showed you. Okay, and join, and let's move on then to round number 5. In round number 5 we're gonna start now growing this out slowly, and you'll notice that over the next few rounds. So number 5, let's start, and you're gonna chain 2 and you'll put 2 double crochet into the first one. Now the sequence on this is gonna be much bigger than it was before. So now starting in the next one you're going to do the next 10 on their own. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And once that's done, the next one is going to be 2 into the same one again, and then the next 10 are on their own. And I need you to do that sequence all the way around, and this will be round number 5. I'm coming up into the end of number 5. It is 1 by itself. It's the 10th one, and then I'm just gonna make sure I share it with the first one to connect it. Okay, so let's move on to round number 6 next. The next 3 rounds, 6, 7, and 8, I'm just gonna explain to what to do because I don't need to drag you through it all. And all you just need to do in round number 6 is just chain up 2 and put 2 double crochet into the first one. Now like you did before, the next 11 this time will be by itself, and then 2 into the next, and then a next 11, and then 2 in the next. You should know, in case you don't feel like counting, if you can identify the first one of the V-stitch that you see into the same stitch, it's the first one that always will get the 2 in there. Okay, so if you don't want to count, that's up to you. So do 11 and 2, 11 and 2, and do that around, and I'll see you at the end of number 6 in just a moment. Okay, coming up to the last one, and it's just the ending of the 11th one, and I'm just gonna make it share. And then put that together, and then just join it to the first one. So let's move on to number 7 next. I'm filming currently in the evening at this time, and the dog gets kind of barky in the evening, so I usually film in the mornings. So just to let you know, if you hear any background noise, it's her. So let's move on to number 7, and you're gonna chain 2 and put 2 double crochet into the same one. Now this one, sorry, you're going to do the next 12 on its own, and then 2, 12 on its own, and 2, and it's the same thing as I said before. It's the first one of the grouping of 2 that always gets the 2 if you don't feel like counting. So do that. It's 2 and 12, and I'll be right back in a moment, and we'll move on to number 8. So I'm coming up around, and I'm just putting the last one in, making it share as I have my little technique, and I join it together. Okay, so we're gonna move on to round number 8 next. Number 8 is the final growth round, and you're going to chain 2 and put 2 double crochet into the same one. Now this time in number 8 you were going to put 13 in a row, and then 2, 13 in a row, and 2, and remember what I said, so those 2, it's always the first one of the grouping of 2 that will get the 2 in it if you don't feel like counting. So please do this, and this is round number 8. At the end of number 8, it's the last one, it's the 13th one, and I'm just making it join and to finish. Now rounds number 9 through 12 are going to all be the same. Let's talk about that. I'm gonna leave rounds number 9, 10, 11, and 12 with you. It's 4 rounds, and all it is just begin with just chain 2 and just start and just put 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. You can do that little technique of joining if you'd like to at the end, and I need you to do the 4 rounds of just 1 double crochet in each stitch and just start growing this out, and I will pick you back up on round number 13 in just a moment from now. So put me on pause. As promised, I'm now on round number 13. So we're going to continue, and we need to build out the bucket spot part of the brim, and we're going to chain 2, and you're going to place in 2 double crochet into the same one. The next one is going to be 1 double crochet by itself, and here's your sequence going all the way around. The next one after that is 2 into the same one, and then 1 into the next, and I need you to repeat that sequence around, and this will be round number 13. Coming around on number 13, and I'm just building it out as I know it. It's just 2 and 1, and the last one is 1 by itself, but I'm gonna do my little joining technique just to make me happy and fill that in and join. And we're gonna talk about the next 3 rounds in a moment. Rounds number 14, 15, and 16 are all the same. You already know what to do. It's just chain up 2 and place 1 double crochet in each stitch going all the way around, and I need you to do those 3 rounds, and I'm gonna pick you up on number 17 in a moment, and we'll do the final round together. So please do rounds number 14, 15, and 16 now. So let's cover the last round, number 17. Some people really hate this stitch, so I'm gonna suggest, if you don't like it, just chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet around, slip stitch it to the beginning single crochet, call it quits, and weave in your ends. But I will demonstrate how it's set in the pattern. Chain up 1, and it's a reverse single crochet, or the crab stitch. So chain up 1 and 1 single crochet into the first. Instead of advancing forward, you're going to go behind. So grab the stitch in behind, just go in, scoop the yarn, pull through, and then pull through 2. So you're single crocheting in the reverse. So now go to the next stitch, pull through, and it takes about 3 stitches for the stitch work to actually reveal its magic. And what it's doing is it's creating a rope-like look at the end. So I need you to reverse single crochet or do the crab stitch all the way around, and again, if you don't like this stitch, then just single crochet around and call it quits. I will see you at the end of the round in a moment. When you get back around, you're just going to slip stitch to the beginning, reverse single crochet, and you're going to end it. When you end it, you want to leave a longer tail because you want to use a tapestry needle because it will be a wearable, and you want to pull that through. Turn it to the inside so you can see that, and you want to put that tapestry needle in. Any loose ends that you will have, that you'll have to do that. And you're just going to weave it in and out of just some sections. Stay on the inside of the brim, so when you turn it over you shouldn't see anything. And pull through once, and then just a slightly different path. If you break apart the fibers, it'll get it stuck better than it would be trying to weave it between the strands. And go through a second time, and the third time is a charm. Back and forth 3 times. Okay, and then from there you can just trim and your story is over. Okay, it looks great. You have it all filled in, and this will be then the child size hat. So awesome, and have a great day. We'll see you again.